Now to address you, the class valedictorian, Jennifer Grace Pearson. Ms. Pearson graduates with a weighted GPA of 100.85.
In music, as a child learns how to play, the pieces gradually grow more complex. They progress from one line of single notes to complicated chords that dance to syncopated rhythms. Our lives are much the same. As kindergarteners, we walked into Coram Deo ready to learn. We started with the basics, a one-line melody that seemed almost impossible at the time. But we continued to persevere, and now as seniors, we have progressed to the intertwined chords and melodies that inspire us to press on toward the four-part harmony of our futures. Sometimes these chords are dissonant, but they are perfectly composed. I've studied piano for 13 years, and while advancing through my studies, I dreamed of performing with a live orchestra, an opportunity which presented itself to me this past year. I entered a competition for which the winners would play with the Greater Texoma Orchestra, and as I prepared, I practiced for upwards of 5 hours at a time. My practice paid off, and they declared that I was a winner. Yet, when I met with the orchestra for our final rehearsal, my mind went blank. I couldn't remember the notes. I was shocked. At this point, I could have resorted to using the printed music, but I instead regrouped, practiced more, prayed, and turned everything over to God. I gave the performance of my life. In college and beyond, we too will face many situations where we feel as if we're playing every note incorrectly, or forgetting the notes. But if we trust in Jesus and ask Him to be the conductor of our lives, He will not fail us. Sometimes His music is slow, a sweet andante. Other times, it directs us to rest. And in times of adversity, it may sound dissonant or minor keyed to our ears. Our perfect conductor uses each of these times to compose the perfect melody in us. The greatest hymn writer of the Bible, King David, understood the ways of the perfect conductor. David understood that even when we fail and are in the valley of the shadow of death, we need fear no evil, for the Lord our God is with us and will comfort us. As my sister Melissa played earlier, and as the hymn writer said, "'Tis so sweet to trust in Jesus, just to take Him at His word, just to rest upon His promise, and to know, thus saith the Lord." The Lord Himself says that He is our refuge and our fortress, our God in whom we trust. According to the first verse of one of my favorite hymns, trust and obey. When we walk with the Lord in the light of His word, what a glory He sheds on our way. While we do His good will, He abides with us still, and with all who will trust and obey. As Christians, we are called to walk in the light of God's word. Even when we fail, or even when we don't understand, God abides with us still. In college, we will be surrounded by new ideas and worldviews, and will be thrown into new situations, friendships, and churches. Our future is uncertain, but our God is the same, yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We do not have to worry about our future, because our Creator holds tomorrow. His mercies are new every morning. Even when we fail, we don't have to worry, because just as God was with us through high school, so He will be with us measure by measure as we progress on to an even more difficult selection of music. He will be with us through every class, every exam, every relationship, every friendship, yes, through the rest of our lives. He arranges the notes, even when we mess up, to carry his melody. We will continue to shape the course of our lives, arranging the notes to form a piece unique to us, a beautiful piece. So, as we face trials and adversities that do not seem to fit within our song, we will find strength in knowing that the God who has orchestrated masterful symphonies for thousands of years is the same God who now orchestrates our lives. As the first class to have gone from kindergarten to 12th grade at the Collin Council campus, we already know that we can persevere through difficulty. From Latin and Spanish to AP and dual credit classes, we have proven that we can persevere through difficulty. We have not let uncertain rests, low notes, or dissonant chords throw us from our place in the music. We have kept learning and kept gaining skills and are now about to finish one movement of the song that has been Coram Deo Academy. We are about to begin a new movement with a new tempo and different, more complex notes and rhythms. The piece, however, is still the same. Even though it feels unfamiliar and frightening, we know that when we look back, we possess all the essential skills and are ready for this new line in the music. We will use these skills we have learned here at Coram Deo to play this new part of our song. And through it all, we know our playing is directed by the Lord, the greatest composer, and the one with the perfect notes and rhythms in mind for this new movement in our lives. Coram Deo has prepared us to perform the songs of our future, with Jesus as our conductor. May we all perform well. Thank you.